Hi everyone, we're the Dufresnes. I'm Chris.
And I'm Shayna.
And we are doing a video today just on a bunch of random questions that didn't really fit any of the other titles. And
yeah, they just didn't have categories. They were questions that people asked us, and we couldn't figure out exactly which category to put them in. So it's just kind of like a mashup, I guess, of random ones that we still want to answer, but just didn't make a specific list.
Yeah, it's really windy today, so hopefully this all picks up well. It's not super muffly. We do have a dead cat, they call it, on the microphone, so it should muffle a little bit.
We'll try to talk louder. So today we're sitting at beautiful Playa Samara, which of course is Samara Beach here where we live. This is the closest beach entrance to our vacation rental, Sea Casa. It's only in a short 10-minute walk. It's a beautiful walk along the way. It takes you to this end of the beach, which is actually our favorite end of the beach. It's always more quiet, the sand's a little bit smoother, the waves are never too crazy, so it's very nice for swimming in, whether you're an adult or kids. And yeah, we love this end. It's nice and peaceful.
Yeah, and it's also got, where we're sitting right now, it's just a bunch of picnic tables and benches under the palm tree, so you do get that shade, but you're close to the water still. So yeah, if you guys are interested in booking, just go to seacasasamara.com. We've got all the information there, links to our Airbnb so you can see the pricing and availability, as well as photos.
And then you can come and warm up at this beach.
All right, so we get this question a lot, how to work in Costa Rica and what are the rules about working in Costa Rica? There actually is a thing in place. If you're under a certain age, you can apply for, I think it's a 2-year work visa in Costa Rica, at least if you're from Canada and I think the United States. I know from Canada for sure. So there's an application you can do that. I think it's under the age of 35, you can apply, and then you can actually come down here and work. Other than that, the rules they have is they do save their employment for the people from the country, which we admire. Being in Canada, we find that there's a lot of people coming into Canada and working, and it's harder for us to get jobs when we were living there. So they really protect the jobs for their people. That being said, if it is something they can't fill with someone from Costa Rica, then they will look outside of the country, say it's like a special medical field or something like that. As far as like working like restaurants and stuff like that, no, you're not allowed to. From what we've heard, you can work in Costa Rica once you have citizenship, not residency. So you do have to have your residency for what I believe is 3 years, and then you can apply for your citizenship. Or if you're married to a local Costa Rican, you can apply for your citizenship at that point, and then you can work. The way around this is to start your own business. No, we don't work online. It would have been nice to have some sort of online work before we came down, but we just didn't have the time to go into schooling and stuff like that. So we're just kind of trying to find stuff to do online with video and social media, stuff like that. And we do the YouTube channel. We don't make a lot of money from the YouTube channel. It's just enough to kind of cover some costs for like music and things like that. But yeah, definitely working online is a good option. So yeah, that's the nice thing, is they do have faster internet here, so now you can work online and not have to worry about it cutting out as often as it used to. So yeah, definitely if you're looking to move down here, try and get a job online.
Just like anywhere else in the world, there's always places that are, unsafe. Every place has its bad area that you should stay away from. So, definitely do your research as far as that goes. But we've always felt really, really safe here. Costa Rica we find to be one of the safest countries for sure. We have kids down here and we walk around with them all the time, and we've never ever once felt fearful. So definitely a very, very safe country, very safe area. The worst that happens as far as crime is things like petty theft. So of course, just like any country, there are people that are poor and they might be out looking to take someone's purse if it's left on the beach, or, camera bag, or if you leave your car door unlocked or your house door unlocked or a window open and you've got, a bunch of valuables sitting out and it's easy for them to have access to those things, then, stuff like that could get stolen. But it's just like anywhere that way. But as far as just going about our day, walking around town, we've walked around even at nighttime and stuff. We've never, ever once felt threatened by anybody or any situation.
Yeah, it's just like anywhere you travel or live. Just be smart, be safe, come down and experience. I mean, a lot of the countries like Costa Rica, like Canada, like the US, like Shayna said, there's bad areas, but for the most part, people are nice. They want to be friendly. They want to converse with you.
The thing is, too, Costa Rica is a very peaceful country. The people are very, very just
welcoming.
Yeah, welcoming, and they're just living their life, and they just want to get to know other, you know, tourists and expats that live down here, and they're just enjoying life. People always ask us how much Spanish you need to know when you come here. Honestly, in any country, it's always very respectful, I think, to, you know, make an effort to learn some of the language, at least the basics like hello, goodbye, thank you, please, how to order some food items or drinks or anything like that. So down here, there are a lot of people that do speak English, including the local Costa Rican people. You know, there's always a mix of tourists and expats down here and stuff. So there is quite a bit of English. Same with when you go into any of the restaurants, they've always got an English version of the menu and stuff. So it does make it quite easy to get lazy with Spanish down here. But I think it's always good to just, put in the effort to learn the language if you're planning on living down here or staying for a long period of time. It's just showing respect for the people and their country and showing that you're willing to learn. What we've noticed with the Costa Rican people is even if you start speaking Spanish to them and you screw up a little bit, they don't laugh or make fun. They help you. They correct you and try to teach you the proper way to say what you were trying to say. And they just, I don't know, they just smile and have like a really happy look on their face that you at least tried to accomplish to say something in their own language. So it's not a requirement to know it, but it's definitely something that is looked upon as a good thing.
Yeah, and it's funny because a lot of times we'll try speaking Spanish to them, but they want to try and learn English.
Yeah, so we help each other out.
Yeah. So it's like they don't get upset that we're not speaking Spanish. They're more excited to like practice their English with us.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool that we can do that back and forth. They can teach us something and we can teach them.
I just think that when you're here and you know Spanish fluently, you can connect with the local Costa Rican people just on a totally different level. It's just easier to make that connection, relationship with them, and just get a lot further, obviously, with conversations and learn more about them.
So this question we actually get asked a lot online and in person when we meet with people or we run into people here in Samara. No, there's nothing that we regret not bringing. We actually brought more stuff than we should have.
We brought too much stuff down because we weren't sure what you could get down here, but there's actually, you do have an access. A lot of people think, oh, you're in another country or a third world country, you're not going to be able to get anything and stuff like that. If you just got to figure out and find the right places to get things. And I mean, we get all of our basic necessities that we need. If there's certain things we can't get in the area, we know where to get, just sometimes we have to travel to get it. But that's not a huge deal. I mean, things could be worse.
Looking back, like when we came down, we didn't know where we were going to live, if it was even going to be Costa Rica. So there's a lot of things that I wish we would have kept to bring down now, like tools, because you can bring all the tools in as they're used tools. You don't get charged like a duty on them. That's probably one of the biggest things.
Yeah, that was one of the questions too, actually, now that I remember. Somebody asked about bringing specifically tools into the country.
Yeah, so answer that question right now is yes, you can bring tools in. Used tools, there's no limit as how much you can bring in. New tools, you will get taxed on it, anything new, which the minimum is 500 every 6, or maximum, sorry, is 500 every 6 months. But yeah, as far as regret, I mean,
we brought down just our basic necessities, clothing, toothbrushes and things like that, and we started from scratch over here. We were able to get everything that we needed to furnish our house, and not too much of things that we don't need because we moved down here to get away from that, of course.
There is things that we miss about Canada for sure. I mean, it was our home for, well, how old was I when we came? 36 years for me. And
34 for me, so close.
So yeah, definitely there's things that we miss about Canada. Is it stuff we can live without? Of course. First year thing that I missed was having the traditional Christmas with the cold outside, warm inside.
The coziness.
Proper store-bought eggnog, not the gross stuff they have down here. But yeah, that was the thing I missed the first year. Again, I've said it before, I miss having my car and having that, having that to work on and build and stuff like that. But again, we find other things to do.
We've just had to make some sacrifices, but we were prepared to do that. I mean, we thought about that and prepared ourselves, you know, emotionally, of course, to have to part with certain things to make that sacrifice, to be able to move to a beautiful country like this and just have a better way of life for us and our family.
And yes, family, we do miss you.
Yes, we miss you all. It's just better when you come here and visit.
Yeah, we get to do more that way. It's funny because we always do these videos and the family's like, well, you didn't mention us in it. Like, you don't miss us.
We miss our family and friends, but we have had a lot of them come down and visit us here. And honestly, it's better quality of time spent here because we're not back there where everybody is, you know, too busy and it's short visits and stuff. We have longer periods of time here with them and more things that we can do.
Yeah. And I don't think there's nothing else like that's at the top of the list as far as missing in Canada or from Canada.
I miss some of the variety and the selections of stuff. I'm not saying that, you know, that I miss going into the big malls and shopping all the time or having to go into huge department stores and stuff, but just I guess, you know, when you think of something that maybe you need, or even if, I mean, we're all human, sometimes it's not a need, sometimes it's just something that you want. Just being able to go, just know that I have access to that and that I can have choice and selection for whatever that item is, even if it's something silly like towels or sheet set, you know, just to have more than just, you know, 3 or 4 different choices. Instead, just, you know, to have a whole aisle to choose from. But Amazon has become our best friend, to be honest. We have a lot of people that come down here that live here part-time that go back and forth to Canada or the States. And it just takes planning for us. We figure out the things that we want to have down here or need that we can't get. We order it off of Amazon, send it to a friend, and they kindly bring it down for us. So in the end, we end up getting some of those things without even having to go anywhere. But yeah, definitely just a little bit more choice. But I mean, that's the struggles in paradise, right? That's all I can say.
The selection and like, I guess the ease of when you do need something to be able to get it. Like I just had my other tripods. We have the little one on our camera today break yesterday. So it's not like I can just go into town and go to Best Buy and buy a new one. Now I gotta like wait to get it. So I gotta try and fix it for the time being. So I guess that's one thing we miss is just that. And we find that like before we would overspend and overbuy. I think that's a lot of people's problem is they buy.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, you need to tone that down, which is one thing we've learned here.
It just teaches you patience, I guess, and it teaches you to have more appreciation for the little things that you know might not always have access to. But just go out in the day, and you know if you have to wait a couple weeks for something, you know, just go about your day in life and appreciate each day. And if, you know, you have to wait a couple weeks to get something that you want or need, it's not the end of the world. Life goes on.
It's that much more exciting. It's like Christmas.
Yeah, actually, it gives you a new appreciation for like, those kind of things,
like
I think.
When people bring stuff down for us, it's like Santa's bringing us stuff. It's awesome.
We answered your question in regards to if there's anything that we miss about Canada, but if you were to ask us if we miss Canada in general or just living there in general, jeez. No, 100% no.
Our opinion on this is No. There's such a good selection of cars here, plus there's new car dealerships as well. If you have like an older kind of collectible car that you want to bring down, then yeah, definitely look at shipping it down. There's companies that do it. Shayna's aunt and uncle had a company bring their car down. But as far as if you have a newer car, as soon as a car leaves the country, say Canada or the United States, it loses its warranty. So if you have a newer car that's got the backup camera and the MP3 sound system and backup sensors and blind spot monitors, all that
Fancy stuff.
yeah, all the stuff that we used to have in our cars. Yeah, once you're out of warranty, I mean, all that stuff's expensive to replace. So working in the car industry before we came down, we used to have people like, oh, can I bring my car from the States? I'm like, well, no, because your warranty is void then. So bringing it down here with the bumpy roads, stuff like that, I would totally recommend not bringing it down. Yeah, you might have to sell your car there and take a bit of a hit, but if you buy a car here, then you have the warranty. It's also going to hold its value. So if we said in another video, buy a car down here and trade it in every 3 years, that's going to be your cheapest mode of transportation down here. It's also not worth the time it takes for your vehicle to get down here. It's going to take like 2 or 3 months, plus the import tax is crazy. Depending on what kind of car you have, they might deem it as like a luxury vehicle, even though it's not. So yeah, it's really not worth it, like I said, unless it's like some older collectible car you want to have here.
Someone asked us if we shipped anything down here as far as like main belongings from our house back in Kelowna, like furniture and stuff like that. We kind of answered that already, I guess, how we came down here just with our basic necessities. So no, it wasn't, by the time we looked into it, it's not just like the car thing. It's not worth it to ship everything down. You have access to furniture stores and things like that here. It would have cost more for us to bring our household items than just to repurchase them here. So we didn't bother with that. We just found places to get what we needed.
Yeah, it's easy to just go to Liberia or San Jose,
yeah,
buy the stuff and then pay someone to ship it to Samara or whatever beach town you might live.
Bring a truck or something and stock up on what you need.
Costa Rica has basically 3 seasons. A dry season, which we're getting into now, which is why it's windy today. It's blowing in summer.
Summer, yeah. They call it summer here, even though it's winter most other places.
Even though we set our tree up yesterday.
Yeah.
And then come end of April, beginning of March, you get into what they call green season. So that's still relatively nice. You're still going to have blue skies, but in the afternoon or evening, you may get thunderstorms, and then it'll slowly progress come middle of September into rainy season, and that's when you have like days where it actually rains all day. So,
but not every day either.
No,
exactly. It's very hit and miss.
Yeah. So it's yeah, that's the 3 seasons of Costa Rica. Right, so the different times to travel to Costa Rica. Right now is a really good time because it's not as busy and you still have nice days. You can work on your tan and then you can go home at Christmas time and show off your tan to all your family at the Christmas dinner, and they can get upset at you and
super jealous.
Yeah. They can give you terrible presents.
I get my own?
What's in there? Is it a PlayStation 4?
No.
What is it?
Daddy?
Dirty pickle.
Tell me it's not another pickle.
That's maybe for your room.
And then over Christmas and New Year's is awesome here because we have fireworks on the beach. We also have, which just over here they're setting up, they have a carnival with the rodeo, so that's a really cool time to come as well. January to March, I mean, that's the nicest time of the year as far as no rain. It's sunny all the time, blue water, blue skies, so that's a really awesome time to come. And then May and June becomes kind of slow season again here as well, a little bit more rain like we talked about. And then July and August is awesome because if you have kids are out of school, and then you can come down and show them Costa Rica, see all the animals, do all the adventurous things. And then September, October, that's a good time to come for people that just want to work online and kind of stay somewhere that's nice and tropical, still have some nice days. So it's really, I mean, all parts of the year are good to travel.
It's not a bad time.
No, exactly. It just depends on what your plans are.
Okay, so huge tip. Do not listen to the weather network. Do not pay attention to any online weather. It is always wrong here. I swear it like people look at it and it scares people away from coming here. Do not believe it. It is most of the time not accurate at all. It looks like we have 100% chance of thunderstorms and rain and like crazy weather in Costa Rica pretty much all year round. Not the case at all.
So I'm gonna look right now just to see what it says for the next couple of days, and then I'm gonna put clips in of what it actually is.
Yeah.
For so it's what day is Thursday today?
Yeah,
so
December 5th.
Video will be out Sunday, so I'll edit it Saturday. So for tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, I'll put a clip in right now. Well, actually, I'll say what it is first. So it says for Friday is going to be cloudy and rain, and 28 degrees, and Saturday is 90% chance of thunderstorms, and 28 degrees. So here's
ain't gonna happen.
Here's Friday. Here's Saturday.
Cloud in the sky. Well,
yeah, today. It says today is supposed to be. Right now it's saying rain.
I don't see it.
No, I'm not seeing any rain. So,
but don't trust it. Don't count on it. Honestly, like don't let it scare you away from coming here because it's always wrong. I don't know where they get those ideas from. That's how the weather is most of the time. And I mean, we've seen like it's say the entire month of April or the entire month of September, like
thunderstorms, 100%.
Yeah, making it look like
all day,
making it look like you shouldn't travel here, making it look like you shouldn't leave your house. It makes it hard to make plans, but you can't rely on it. You just got to come and you got to go about your day and just whatever happens with the weather happens. But majority of the time, it is absolutely beautiful weather. Okay, so I just want to be completely honest about something, and this is just my opinion, the way I feel about people that make assumptions about the way Costa Rica is, whether it's the lifestyle here, the way the people are, thinking that it's super dangerous, which we've already talked about the safety and stuff like that. Honestly, unless you've been to this country, don't assume the way it is. You have to come and see for yourself. You'll be very shocked and very surprised based on, if anybody else has told you negative things about it, especially when they haven't been here. It's no different than any other country. I mean, there was a lot of ways that we felt living back in Kelowna, BC, Canada was more dangerous and was worse than being here, which is considered a third world country. So the best thing to do is, figure things out for yourself, come and see
experience it yourself.
Just have your own experiences and base your opinions on that. Like
the old saying, assume puts the ass in you and me. Basically, it sums it up. Like if you assume something's gonna be terrible, you will never know if it's good.
Yeah, you'll come here and honestly, you'll fall in love with this country just like everybody else does.
And the assumption of any country, it goes for anywhere that you might think of going. People are like, oh, I heard Nicaragua's a scary place to go. We were just there. It's not scary. Like until you go and experience a country firsthand, you can't say that it's one way or another. People say Paris is beautiful. We've heard that it's nothing but trash and stuff everywhere. I can't say personally, will I go? I probably will go.
Yeah, we've heard that it's dirty and that people urinate in the streets and stuff, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to go. Yeah, I mean, how would I know? I've never been there before.
So we're not going to say, like, if we meet up with someone like, oh yeah, no, we're going to France, we're going to go to Paris next year, we're not going to say, oh, don't go there because it's trashy and people pee in the street.
Well, especially since we've never been.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
how would we
because
know?
We're not going to say it, so don't assume. That's just what we're saying is. Because they're cool.
Yeah.
That's why. No, it was. We just thought it'd be cool to do something that's unique, especially with rentals. We looked to see kind of what rentals were like down here, and a lot of people do the traditional style of buildings here with the brick and the tin roofs and stuff like that. We wanted to stand out. We want to have a product that was different than everybody else, as well as different quality as far as our standards go. So we picked a shipping container for that reason. It's also earthquake proof. It's pretty much flood proof other than where the doors are now. So we had like 2 feet of water come up. We'd have a little bit of water come in. And just the renewability of it. We wanted to take something that comes into the country that doesn't get shipped back out and create something with that. And
the recycled aspect.
Yeah, the recycle, the 3 R's or whatever, right? So that's basically why we built. It is a little bit cheaper to build with. It's not a ton cheaper, just because your structure's already there. There is other prefab houses you can do as well now. So I mean, price-wise, it is cheaper than your traditional home, but it's still not the cheapest option. But yeah, just we like the uniqueness of building a shipping container, and we can add to it. We can throw on another one on top of our house and create our own
like Lego
bedroom there, or you know, things like that. So.
And also, they're very safe and sound and sturdy. So for the, you know, the weather and the elements down here, if God forbid we get an earthquake, we're going to be safe. It's not, nothing's going to crack or fall apart. It's very, very strong, sturdy type of material to use, of course. Because we insulated them as well, they're very quiet inside. So we have a lot of peace in our house. We don't hear a bunch of noise. I mean, we're in a peaceful location anyways, but we don't have a bunch of sound coming in because the walls are thin or anything like that.
And the high ceilings. They start out at 9'6", and then we built them down about 3.25 inches down. So there's still 9'3" ceilings inside. So they feel really big inside. And that was another aspect of why we built with them. I mean, it was just nice to have that taller ceiling.
But ultimately, it was, I think, just the uniqueness and the fact of taking, you know, an empty shell container and being able to turn it into a home, turn it into vacation rentals for people to come and have a unique experience, and to just also be comfortable. And
they're available everywhere. Every country has shipping containers, so you can build, I mean, other than permits and stuff like that, depending on where you live, you can pretty much build them anywhere. So yeah, if we ever get to the point where we can have Sea Casa Bahamas, we can have them all shut up when the hurricanes come through, and then open up when it's nice and sunny out. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. We hope these questions and answers help. It was just a bit of a mishmash of stuff that didn't fit into our other videos in the series. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun making this series. We're thankful that everybody's been watching them and have benefited from them, and have been commenting as well. It's nice to see people's comments and what they say about it. We have, I think, one more video to do in the series for now until we get some more questions.
We're going to show you exactly how to do a border run. So every 3 months you need to leave the country, so we're going to show you exactly the step-by-step process of doing a border run at the Nicaragua border, and we're also going to answer some questions and give information regarding how to get your residency here in Costa Rica.
Yeah, hopefully it's not been too windy in the video. We won't know until we get home. It's windy right now. We're doing the outro. But yeah, we just if you do like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. We do have our Patreon, which does help us in making these videos for people, and the links are all below. And
come and visit us and enjoy this beautiful beach. Stay with us at Sea Casa. We'd absolutely love to be your hosts and get to meet you, and you know, give you some tips and pointers of lots of fun things you can do around, and have a little vacation and escape winter. Yeah, again, visit seacasasamara.com, and it's got all the information there. But for today, that's it. Ciao. Ciao.
Wow.
There you go.
Picture. Video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're doing video. Yeah.
I gotta go.
Have a good day. Don't get
Same
blown
for you.
away.
Yeah, there you go.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hi, everyone. I'm Oops. I'm Oops. Actually, I am an Oops. Right, Mom? Right, Dad? Let's see your question. No coconuts? Alright, so we get this question a lot about working in Costa Rica. Oh, just wait, there's a gyrocopter going over. It's not the wind, it's the helibirds wasting videotape.
I'll start this. I know where I'm going with it.
Okay, here.
And I'm not going to start it with a sew.
Shayna's scripted this one. No sew at the
sews.
beginning.
I'm cutting back on the sews.
There's an ant on there, sorry. They want to go on the lens. Okay, he's gone. She.
Was the ant on there while I was talking?
No, he didn't go on the lens.
Oh,
he was on top of the lens, not on the actual glass part. Get lost.
I spat on it.
Oh. Troubles in paradise.
Hey, guess what, Chris?
What? It's windy.
We have time.
I know.
So chill out.
I just don't want my kite to fly away.
We have time.
I don't want my toupee to blow off.
We have time. Just
Blue skies. You can work on the tan before you go home and rub it off. Not rub it off. Here, you want some of my tan?
Rub your tan off on my non-tan.
I hate wind. Well, I don't hate it. There's certain times.
Hate's a strong word, Chris.
So is wind.
On a stuffy hot day,
No, I know.
you would appreciate this
But
wind.
growing up skateboarding, wind was like the worst because it's like it's sunny out, you can go skateboarding,
and you
but
get
the wind just
blown
blows
off your board.
No, the board blows away, and it's like you think it's a good day, and then it's not. Or at least if it's raining, you know just to stay home.
Every day's a good day.